this week I'm making some things for a Christmas Fayre to raise money for the Robert Burns Academy Supported Learning Centre. The boring stuff too, harvesting carrots and sorting compost. Welcome, we are Kath, Sue and Fudge. After living for 2.5 years in our motorhome, and with the help from the BBC's Escape to the Country, we found our forever home in the Highlands of Scotland, where we enjoy all it has to offer, including hiking, swimming, cycling and running. So why not join us in our post-retirement adventures? Hello, we're back. We had an absolutely wonderful holiday, but it's great to get back into the workshop. Now, if you've watched for a while, you will probably have seen the video where we met up with the students of the Robert Burns Academy Supported Learning Centre, because we know they watch us on a regular basis. And this year, they are responsible for organising the Christmas Fayre for the Academy. So I'm going to make them something that they can sell to raise some money at the Christmas Fayre. Let's get the show on the road. So I'm going to be making a candle holder, very appropriate for Christmas, and I've got an old barrel stave to do this. I love working with barrel staves because, well, it's repurposing at its best. These staves, I mean, they must be on those barrels. Barrels must be around for, I don't know, what, 30, 40, 50 years? And then when they're at the end of their life, I get to repurpose these staves into something else. It's brilliant. First thing I've got to do is sand them down, make them nice and smooth, and then I'll get started in doing the other bits. Okay, students of S4, this is now beautifully smooth. On the top and the bottom, I've gone right down to 400 grit, so it's beautiful. And look, you've still got some of the red pigment on the inside of this. And I think this must have been a barrel used to store, I guess, red wine or port maybe. But it's beautiful. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to chop each of the ends off so that this whole stave is a bit shorter. And then we'll put some holes in, ready for the little tea light candles. So we want about the same amount off each end. So let's measure and see what that works out as. So now that I've got my piece of wood with the ends rounded off, with the ends chopped off, I think I'd like to round these, and I'm going to need a different kind of saw to do that, and also to make sure it's a nice round, I'm going to have to somehow draw a little bit of a semicircle there. So I'm going to go and get something that's round and try and trace that. Let's see what I can find. Okay, so now that I've sanded all this down, rounded those edges and of course sanded those as well, we're now ready to put some holes in here for the tea lights. But first, let me turn you around. I'm going to clear away a bit of this mess first. There you go, guys. That is how you make a candle holder. I'll put the tea lights in and it'll be all ready for your Christmas Fayre. Well, before we put the tea lights in, there is one final thing we need to do, and that is coat it with some oil so it will be nice and preserved. I mean, it's an indoor thing anyway, but it'll just give it a nice finish if we put some oil on it. Good morning. Now today I've come up with another idea for something for the Christmas Fayre. I don't know whether this is going to work because I haven't taken it from any particular design, but I've got lots of bits of offcuts of wood. So you'll see more as I get on with it. So working entirely from pieces of scrap wood left over from other projects, I cut a 10 centimetre by 10 centimetre square, and then with some slightly slimmer wood and with a 45-degree bevel at each end, I framed the square to make a little tray. Then I glued all the pieces for the tray and used the strap clamp to hold them together for the glue to set. Then I cut a cardboard template and traced a curve at the top of a piece of wood so I could curve it for a post. Then it was time to fit a little bit of metal furniture that I'd bought, which was a bottle opener. And then you'll see me remove it again because I wanted to treat the wood first and then stain it. Well, after staining it, my final job was just to put the furniture on, screw and glue that final bit into place, and it's now just clamped, waiting for that glue to set. And that should be a nice solid piece. Well, next job in the workshop for me is to make another guitar stand, because for Sue's birthday she got a new guitar, so we need a new stand. So that's going to start with lots of sanding. As you can see, these are charred on the inside. I'm going to start with these two because these two joined together are going to make the base. So let's get going. Well, it's that time of year now where it's getting quite cold in the workshop, so the hat's on, but I've now sanded all my staves down. This is I suppose the job I like the least, because it's, particularly if you're doing 4 all-in-1 like I've just done, it's quite tedious and it vibrates everything, but they're all done now. I've gone down to 180. For the base, I'll probably sand that a few more times. In fact, let me show you. The base is now down, it's all glued together, and this will need tidying up at the edges, and I'll probably sand this down maybe as far as 400 grit, because obviously that's where the guitar's going to sit. So, ready to start assembling. And even though this is the third time that I've made one of these guitar stands, making the little spacer in the centre is definitely an art that I haven't mastered yet. So I made one, it didn't work, and I cut out a little cardboard template, hoping that that would help me. Now these two pieces are glued together. I haven't left them for 24 hours, but they have been here for a couple of hours, so it'll take another 20 or so hours for it to be fully set. But the next stage is now to get the back piece, which has had its stave end cut off, and that will attach there, and I will also glue that into place and then leave it clamped together. I will screw it as well, but I'm going to let let all the glue set first, and then I will also secure it with some screws. Good morning. Today is the day I'm going to harvest the rest of the carrots, because apparently we can freeze them. So we have been eating them and taking them out when we've needed them. In fact, we did that yesterday. But I'm going to get the rest out now, and then Sue's going to freeze them for us. Been in that one. We've got rabbits. Oh yeah. And there's a little bit of that one. Oh, and a bit of that one. Oh. Good job on getting them out now, isn't it? That's the rabbits would have had all of them. Brought you a gift.
Oh gosh, that's a lot. Not sure we're going to get through all of those.
Well, you don't have to do, I don't know, maybe you can do something with the greens of the carrots. We should maybe Google that. But anyway, there you go, a big bucket of carrots for you.
Well, if you just put them over there, because I'm not going to be able to do anything.
Well, I've been peeling carrots and Sue's been chopping carrots. Apparently you have to blanch them and then put them into ice cold water and then lay them all out so they don't touch. And then what else do you have to do?
Well,
oh, you put them in the freezer.
You said that I chopped them, but I had to get all the dirt off them, chop all the green bits off at the ends, and then because of my hand I couldn't peel them. So you peeled them. I've chopped them, and now I'm going to put them in the pan.
Oh, would you want a medal? See what I have to put up with. Anyway, Sue's doing the hard bit now because I have no idea about this process, but she's looked it up and everything should be fine. We're going to have loads of frozen carrots, and from everything I've read, they've come out of the garden today, so when we freeze them, all of that goodness will be locked in and they'll be as good as when they were fresh. Good morning. Well, I'm on the last bit now of the guitar stand, which is basically to put the bass on. I'm still going to do some more sanding. First things first is making sure it's in the right place. I've actually done this already, forgot to film, but basically I've held that up with the level, and then you can see here I've got some lines, so I've lined it up precisely, and I've got these pencil lines here, so I have to set the jigsaw at that angle and cut a notch into the wood. So I'll get on and do that now. Well, today's job has already started, and I'm sorry I forgot to get the camera out, but I've completely emptied that compost bin and I've used it as an opportunity to turn it and put it into that one. Now, I already had some stuff in that one, so I've not organised myself very well at all, and I'll show you the heap of stuff that I've pulled out because I don't know where to put it. So I think I've made some mistakes because nothing's really composted down. So earlier this year, somebody said, oh, you need to cover it. And so I've got this old tarp now. I am going to cover it. And I think that's about generating some heat. So that's going to be going on there in a minute. I think when I put the brown stuff in there, it was old branches of things that we'd taken down. And I just don't think we cut them down into small enough pieces. So I am going to line the bottom of that with some branches that I've already taken out of my big pile. And and hopefully that just literally a bottom layer, maybe even put some cardboard on there as well, and we'll start using that one as our new one. And sorry, I was just waving to my neighbour. And then I've got to think about what I'm going to do with this big pile of stuff that's come out of it. So if anybody, particularly if you live in the Highlands, has got any clues about how I can be a bit more successful with composting, then please let me know. Because as you probably have guessed, I am a complete novice at this, so any tips or advice would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, I'm going to get on with doing this now. Well, the question now is, what do I do with this big pile? And there is a kind of half a pit thing up there, which I think the previous owner must have used to burn some stuff previously. And we have been putting bits and bobs in there. So I'm going to move it, because Sue won't be happy with it sitting there. I'm going to move it up there so it's out of sight and not quite as unsightly as it is right now. As you can see, the sun's come out, so it's a good day to do it. I was just thinking, you were moaning at me for my colour coordination the other day. It's a really good look.
Well, when I had my slippers on, they were all right.
I think your Paddington wellies look gorgeous. What do you think, Fudge? Oh yes, you like those Paddington wellies, don't you? Well, it's time to check the guitar stand and get the clamps off. Just needs to be oiled now, and it'll be good. Well, after all the excitement of last week, if you're still with us at this point, thank you so much for sticking with us. Well done. Sue did really like her guitar stand, by the way. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.